Welcome to the closing press conference of the 30th anniversary Louis Vuitton Cup. I'd like to welcome on stage the team principal of Emirates Team New Zealand, Matteo De Nora. Managing Director Grant Dalton. And the skipper of Emirates Team New Zealand, Dean Barker. Max Serena, the skipper of Luna Rossa Challenge. And Patrizio Bertelli, the team principal of Luna Rossa. Well, first of all, our congratulations go out to both teams. For Luna Rossa, the winner of the Millennial Louis Vuitton Cup in the year 2000, this was their second consecutive appearance in the final of the America's Cup Challenger Series. To team owner Patrizio Bertelli, skipper Max Serena, and the entire Luna Rossa team, you have our congratulations on your challenge. You've made a major contribution to the Louis Vuitton Cup story since 1999, and this year, another chapter of the Luna Rossa story has been written. So thank you. To win the America's Cup, a challenger first has to win the Louis Vuitton Cup. And today, Emirates Team New Zealand earned their passport to the America's Cup finals against Oracle Team USA beginning on September 7th. To Grant Dalton, Dean Barker, the Emirates Team New Zealand crew, we say congratulations on a great victory, the third Louis Vuitton Cup win for New Zealand, and a second consecutive win for the Emirates team. Good luck in the coming weeks. And finally, all of us involved in the America's Cup would like to take this opportunity to thank our friends at Louis Vuitton. For 30 years, Louis Vuitton and the America's Cup have enjoyed a partnership, indeed a friendship, that only grows stronger with time. Thank you to Valérie Chapeau, the CEO and President of Louis Vuitton Americas, to Christine Bélanger, who has worked tirelessly on the Louis Vuitton Cup with many of us for all of these years, and of course to Bruno Troublé, the spark that lit the flame, helping to create the Louis Vuitton Cup in 1983. To make a special mention of our friend Yves Carcel, who has championed the event at the highest levels of Louis Vuitton during his tenure. Thank you all for your efforts and your vision. But back to the business at hand. Today, Emirates Team New Zealand stands as a repeat winner of the Louis Vuitton Cup. Dean, in 2007 you won the Challenger Series. You didn't quite manage to close the deal in the America's Cup. Is your team ready now to take the next step and win the America's Cup?
Thanks, Peter. Well, time will tell. 2 weeks we'll have a much better feeling of whether that'll be the case or not. I'm incredibly proud of what our team's achieved to get here and get through the Louis Vuitton Challenger Series. I've got huge confidence in our boat, our people, our preparation, the way the boat is tuned out every day we go sailing. I'm very proud of the way the guys are sailing the boat as well, and it won't be through lack of trying that we don't try and take it the next step.
Okay, thank you, Dean. Max, for you, a bittersweet day, and for Luna Rossa as well. You made a brave challenge. In the end, the Kiwi team was a little bit too strong, a little bit too fast. What are your takeaways from this Louis Vuitton Cup?
Well, obviously, it's been a learning process since we came here in San Francisco. I mean, we started really the campaign in not really long time ago. We put together, the idea was to put together a young team and including myself in the position I am. And I think we achieved a great result at the end. Obviously, I mean, I'm not happy today because I never liked in my life to lose a race, but at the end, I think we should be proud of what we achieved, and we said for the third time in the World Cup final, and we said against a strong team, and every day we try to improve our performance in the water, and this guy they will improve the performance as well. So it was a tough moment for us, but I mean, I can only take positive thing and try to learn from the mistake I made.
Thank you, Max. For Patrizio Bertelli, what has been the highlight for you from this Louis Vuitton Cup personally, your personal highlight?
Allora, il problema era per noi se riuscivamo ad essere competitivi alle semifinali. Questo era il primo nostro obiettivo che abbiamo raggiunto. È chiaro che eravamo coscienti che ci mancava lo sviluppo e che lo sviluppo non si può fare in un mese, che mancavano 3-4 mesi di sviluppo, decisioni strategiche che non potevamo fare perché non avevamo né le conoscenze né tantomeno avevamo il tempo per poterlo fare. Quindi è vero che noi abbiamo partecipato alla Vuitton Cup coscienti a questa America's Cup e coscienti che il miglior risultato che potevamo fare era quello di andare in finale con la Nuova Zelanda.
The problem was to see whether we could make it happen during the semi-finals. Our first objective has been achieved by being successful in the semi-finals and reaching the finals. We knew that the development needed some time and we couldn't do it in 1 month. We were short in time of 3 or 4 months, and therefore, of course, we couldn't be more competitive. But our first objective has been reached.
Thank you. And Grant, Emirates Team New Zealand has now become the challenger with a capital C. The focus narrows. Beating Oracle Team USA is the only goal now. How do you like your chances?
Well, I don't really know, because we just don't really know how fast they are. And certainly they're fast, but we they look at us, we look at them, we shoot each other with radars, guns, we try and work out angles. They're definitely quick, and they're definitely getting quicker, but we ultimately don't know. But Peter, can I just say that it's sort of interesting sitting here with the Rossa guys that normally you would see as your, the guys you beat and as your enemies and your foe, but it's quite surreal really, because it is an enormously strong relationship, and without them, as Dean said on the stage earlier, we wouldn't have got here. Without Matteo, without Patricia, I mean, they're just so important. We're sort of half Italian in some ways in that respect. Not as good as with the chicks as Max, but so it's actually a really, really strong relationship, and we hope that relationship can survive past this America's Cup and into the future. But to answer your question directly, I haven't a clue how fast Oracle is. I mean, Dean might know, but he hasn't told me.
Okay, thank you, Grant. So, questions for the protagonists on the stage, please. For Luca Montatelli here.
This is to Matteo. Matteo, if I'm not wrong, you are Italian. How do you feel to be, in front of the Italian? Is it embarrassing for you? Don't you feel that you may be on the wrong side of the table?
He's ours, mate. He's ours.
Good news, bad news. I'm actually not
Jumping in front of you,
my
sir.
father was. But depending on the sport, I'm for Italy or for New Zealand. So whenever you play soccer, you can count on me.
Thank you, Matteo. Any other questions?
Sure, I've got a question for Grant. You've got a second boat that is almost ready, and there's been rumours that you might, that your friends at Rossa Challenge might help you over the next few weeks. Are they likely to sell their boat or your other boat?
Yeah, should ask Max that question, but we, as I said before, we look forward to the relationship continuing next week, the week after, and into the future.
Tell you the truth, we will use, they brought 2 got one for the next. Keep it for you guys.
Julia?
This is for Grant. Can you tell me how important it is for New Zealand, the country of New Zealand, for you to actually win the America's Cup and bring it home again?
It's really important. I mean, it's really important, and the team understands that. And, I mean, the culture of the team is based on a non-selfish attitude of trying to take the cup. I mean, it's interesting when you do a speech to a yacht club or whatever here in San Francisco. I always start by saying, one thing my granddad always told me was to always never start a speech with an apology. And I always do start with an apology that the only reason we're actually in San Francisco is to actually take the cup away. As nice a city as it is. So it's a really important part. We understand why we're here.
Question to Mr. Bertelli. I was wondering if you want to answer to Russell Coutts, who said that the Prada guys are a bunch of spoiled kids dressed in Prada gear.
We wouldn't mind some of that Prada gear.
Rispondo che quando Russell ha fatto il team di Oracle ha preso circa 30 persone del team Luna Rossa, di cui ancora una decina sono dentro il team, e che quindi se erano così iniziati non doveva prenderli. Grazie.
I will answer saying that when Russell established the Oracle team in 2007, he got some 30 people from Luna Rossa, so if they were so spoiled, he shouldn't have taken them.
Peter Montgomery to Mr. Bertelli. Is it true that you have said you will be challenger of record for Team New Zealand, assuming they win the Cup, or providing they win the Cup, providing they sail in monohulls in the future?
Allora, non vorrei parlare di questo in questa sede perché io sono un po' scaramantico e non voglio sciupare i prossimi giorni ad altro.
I don't want to talk about that because I'm a little superstitious and I don't want to spoil next days to that.
Matteo again, you are not Italian, but I think you are not Kiwi. Can you try to explain to us why you find so special in the Kiwi guys to sponsor them or to be on that part of the table?
I think that's Gianluca, if I recognize you. Well, if you would be in front of the cup here and you won it today, I don't think you would need much explaining. So, I like the culture of the team. As I said once, you don't need to be Kiwi to be with the Kiwi team, but you need to embrace their culture, which has a lot to do with being down to earth, believing in what sports represent, and I think I made the right choice. I once said, I think to Guy, I'd rather be third with Team New Zealand than first with Team, but I better not say what the other team is.
More questions? Try to go to the front.
Kind of a hypothetical question for all of you. If the America's Cup, if the 72s had been used as originally planned earlier, instead of using the 45s for so long, what differences do you see in the outcome today or this week?
Dean, do you want to take that one? If the 72s had been used for longer?
Well, it's a very difficult one. I think the good thing with the 45s, at least there would have been some teams. So, yeah, I think it would have been a bit of a struggle in the 72s.
Martin Tasker?
Mic on, Mike.
mic's on.
Very witty and amusing, I'm sure. Thank you. Grant was a little bit reticent about the likely cooperation between, for Max, continuing cooperation. Could you tell us what plans, Max, there are to take your boat out again, or that boat, and be a trial horse for Emirates Team New Zealand in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, obviously we would like to try to have them, and we'll do whatever we can to try to improve them if we can, and we will try to sail against them in the next days.
Any other questions?
This is for Dean. Can you tell us what you believe the greatest attribute of the New Zealand team and boat will be, and what are you most concerned about with the Oracle team's boat and its team?
Well, without question, the culture of our team is our strength. The way the team operates and works, there's definitely a huge strength, and it's a great pleasure to be part of a team that works like that. Oracle, you look across there and they look strong. They've got a huge resource, and they out there sailing on 2 boats, 2 very good sailing teams, and they're getting better all the time. So hard to say what exactly their strength is. It's sort of it's almost hard to see any weaknesses. They do look very, very strong, and we're going to have to keep improving. We've got a list of things we still need to do to the boat, and we hope to, when we come back out and get back into it, that we can take another couple of steps on as well.
Okay, now I understand Mr. Bertelli has a plane to catch. We have time for just 2 more questions, so if there's any other questions for these gentlemen?
Yeah, a question about upwind foiling. We've noticed that you've been able to improve upon it. Do you feel that by the time the cut comes around that you'll have it perfected enough to use that as a tool?
Well, it's cool when it works, and when it doesn't, it's pretty messy as well. So you've got to really be careful with how you try to do it, and we'll just keep mucking around with it, and if we can get it to work, well, who knows when it might be used. But Oracle is certainly out there trying as well, and we even saw these guys doing it a bit too during the racing. So it's just the boats aren't set up well to do it. It's a compromise, but at times it can be quite good.
Okay, thanks, Dean. And a final question, yes.
This question is for Grant. Given there's been a lot of things said, a lot of accusations made between your team and the Oracle team over the last few months, how much are you just looking forward to actually sailing against them at this point?
Well, we're apprehensive because we think they're fast and we don't know. They've got a bit on at the moment. They've got plenty on next week. So I guess we'll see how they kind of come out of that one. We're focused on getting to this stage, and now you kind of take the next step on. And I'm apprehensive on there. I don't know, Dean doesn't think like, he's not superstitious and get nervy like me, luckily. But they look really good. And I know it sounds cliche-ish, and Dean said and I was saying it, but they do look really good. But then we're going to get through next weekend as well.
Thank you, Grant. Well, competition resumes on September 7th with the America's Cup match, the September showdown between Emirates Team New Zealand and Oracle Team USA. Before that, September 1st, the Red Bull Youth America's Cup, the America's Cup Village at Marina Green. But for today, 2 great teams here, and thank you very much for taking the time, and please.